Welcome back everybody, my name is Pip and I am back with another reaction video, and I am reacting to one of my favourite types of BTS content, and that is behind the scenes videos. So I'm going to be reacting to the merry-go-round MV behind the scenes video, but we're also learning today. I'm also going to react to xCeleste's merry-go-round MV explanation video. So when I recorded my reaction to the actual merry-go-round MV, I spent a lot of time going, I feel like that means something, but I don't know what it means because I've not gone through all the lore yet. I'm going to watch xCeleste's explanation video as well in the hopes that I can learn what everything meant and see whether I was picking up on parts where I was like, I think that means something. Should we just get into it and start with the behind the scenes video? Okay, so for anybody that needs the disclaimer, I'm going to do the disclaimer, okay? Some people need it, most people don't. But when I react to BTS videos, I pause, I comment, I try to wait for a good time to pause in the video. It's not always possible. I'm also a yapper. Just in case that's not your kind of reaction content, but I'd put that out there. But let's get into the video. Starting off strong with a good shot of all the outfits here. They all look so good. This fluffy jumper on Jungkook, I don't know. To me, at this point, it feels quite out of character for him. I don't know why. I can imagine that he probably wore more stuff like this, you know, earlier on in their career. But I don't know. I'm not used to seeing him not in all black.
네, 5분째 시간. 알겠습니다. 한번 찔러보고 해보. 네네네.
Wow. Beautiful man. You know, I need to go back and capture that shot. Another beautiful man. So cute. He's so cute, but then you know, if you know what the shot of this looks like in the video, that's not a cute shot. That's something else. They can do both. They can all do both. I didn't think it was possible, but they can all do both. See? Yoongi!
오케이, 컷이요. 고생했습니다. 네, 다음 거 넘어갈게요.
So, I was thinking, first of all, the lights going on and off all the time would like really aggravate me, but you know, not my job, so it's fine. I don't have to deal with it. But it's interesting seeing how like the lighting effects were all practical effects and what happened at the time. But I'm wondering if we're going to get to see some like how they did some of the other effects, because I'm thinking about that shot where Yoongi's walking through that room. I think it's the same room where there's like stuff like flying around him. Be interested to see like if they're going to explain how they did that.
제가 네네.
What was that lip syncing like?
넘어가겠습니다.
제 볼스야? 메리고라운드라.
괜찮으세요? 오케이.
오케이. 쑥쑥쑥. 그 엘리베이터처럼 들어가는데 이렇게 인피니트가 합성돼서 이렇게.
Okay. So some of this kind of stuff is like pieced together with CGI. I did wonder because like that would be such a hard shot, like through the doors, that would be such a hard shot to do. Maybe they do it at some point, I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like they were talking about that bit when they were talking about piecing it together with CGI. Oh,
음악 한 번만 더 틀어주실 수 있나요?
네네. 음악 한 번만 더 들어주세요.
So the music's sped up. I assume that's so that they can slow the movement down afterwards. I did notice in the music video that they were slowed down quite a lot. So that explains how they did that. I think. We get this version. Yeah, and then they'll slow it down.
돌림 코러스. 네.
아자주면 내면에서 맨날 이렇게
맞아요.
How do they all look so good? Like, it shouldn't be possible. But look at them. I wonder if there's anything behind, like, the green. Because there's, like, black, grey, and green tones. Maybe that's just the colours they chose. I don't know. I'm at this point where, like, I feel like there is meaning behind everything now. And out of all of ARMY, I am not going to be the one to figure everything out. I am not going to be the one to figure anything out. Because I don't know enough. But I like to try, you know?
가서 볼쭉하고 와.
잘 관리를 다 잘한 것 같아.
와, 비형은 컴퓨 D네 D. 나는 항상 동그라가지고.
4kg로.
I couldn't spot who that was, but was that Jungkook saying he's always had a round face? There's nothing wrong with a round face, Jungkook. I have a round face, okay? Let's not talk shit about round faces, please. I like his round face. Makes me feel slightly better about my round face, you know?
근데 천천히 하면 4kg 충분히 할 수 있어.
나 옛날에는
그래도 10kg씩 들고 막.
야 12kg도 들고 그랬는데 지금은 4kg 하면은
회하부터 국물에 줄여가지고 또 몇십 회.
지금 4kg 20개 한대.
그러니까 그렇게.
Oh, this bit.
아 형이에요?
한번 보여주세요.
Oh, so cute. That acting was pretty good. There's something funny about watching them like pretending to have a conversation like that.
다른 것만 다 낮은 걸로.
오케이 셋.
이거 정말?
Ooh.
오케이 라이브 가볼게요.
오 멋있다. 어떻게 찍은 거지?
예술.
신기하다.
Oh, Jungi on the spinning thing as well.
오케이 컷이요.
아, 저 너무 좋은데요? 네, 너무 좋아요.
아 괜찮으세요? 오케이.
Okay.
네. 저야 뭐 오케이 치면 저는 뭐.
Down, just round and round, I'm falling apart. Still round, round.
오케이 컷이요. 네 됐습니다.
I wouldn't run.
좀 더 빠르게. 이게 최대 빠르.
방금 최대였습니다.
아 그러면 괜찮습니다. 고속이어서.
He wants to go faster. I was going to say, I've got one of these. It's probably not as good as the one that they've got. But, like, yeah, they only go so fast. You can't really run on them. It's a walking pad. Okay, Jimin's turn. got a little jog going.
오케이. 5초만. 5,
Supermodel.
4, 5, 3, 2, 1. 컷이요. 네, 됐습니다. 고생하셨습니다. 주세요.
I love Namjoon smile.
진영이 말이었구나.
그건 아닌데?
형이 말이래요.
그래서 진행으로
So this is one bit where I thought it might have been put together with CGI. I mean, obviously, like the horse's shadow is put in with CGI, but that like switching between the two of them, I wondered if that was CGI, but apparently not. It was just like one long shot. I love the amount of practical effects that they're showing us in this. Like they're showing us how they did the practical effects. Because I think we've seen like a hint of that kind of thing in like the other MV behind the scenes stuff. But I feel like this is showing us it in more detail.
오케이, 저 넘어가도
예.
진님 끝나셨고
Yay!
가사.
13번 진님 타이틀
형, 집에 가. 조금만 힘내고 집에 가자고요. 퇴근해. 화이팅! 너 끝난 거 아니야? 화이팅! 아니에요. 형 기다리고 있다가
Oh, he's gonna
남준이 형
win.
끝나면 그다음 저에.
조심 이동하시죠.
예, 저 갑니다. 좀 이따 뵐게요. 집에 고생했어. 조심히 가. 형 하고 조심히 들어가요. 고생했습니다. 고생했습니다. 왔어, 끝났다. 아, 또 고생했습니다. 하면 늦은 퇴근 하도록 하겠습니다.
Oh.
바이, 즐거웠어요. 메리고라운드.
근데 좀 어쨌든
It's time for like my favorite part of this music video. I think it's my favorite part just because of like how it looks, but then also it's got like my favorite line from the song in it. So like it's a combination of a couple of things as to why I like it.
액션이 있길 바라시죠. 약간의 그런 그 흐름상.
Looks so soft.
막 이게 막 이런 건 아니. 아, 그건 아니에요. 네.
오케이, 컷이요.
I wondered if they were going to try and power through that. I was like, no. He got stuck. Happens to the best of us, you know.
네, 수고했습니다. 다양하게 여러분들이 즐길 수 있는 요소들을 준비했으니까 기대 많이 해주시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 아, 되게 오랜만에 이런 식으로 찍으니까 이상하네. 약간 방탄밤 찍는 것 같아. 네, 수고하셨습니다.
Oh. Okay, so I think the main thing that I enjoyed about that video, other than it being behind the scenes and that being my favourite thing, anyway, I just liked how they showed how they did all the different effects in it. Like, I don't know. I'm just one of those people where like I like to understand how things were done. And I think I'm always pleasantly surprised about the amount of practical effects that they have in their music videos. I think it's really impressive when you could just do a load of stuff with CGI and AI, even though we hate AI. Generative AI, not okay in my book. But like, they could just do that. it would be easier, but they choose to do more of the practical effects, which I just appreciate. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to xCeleste's explanation video for the merry-go-round MV. Like I said at the beginning, when I first reacted to the MV, I could tell that there was stuff going on, but like I just don't have enough BTS knowledge yet to know what was going on exactly. I feel like if I was going to do this for any of the newer music videos, I feel like merry-go-round is definitely the one to watch an explanation video for. Let's just get into it. So this is not the order that I intended to react to xCeleste videos. So I do have the video that she did about like BTS hardships. I've got that like saved to react to, and it was my intention to have reacted to that by now, but I've got caught up in all of the comeback stuff, so I'm getting to that very soon. It's saved, it's there, it's ready for me to react to. This is the first of her videos I've ever watched, I think, and it's an explanation for merry-go-round, so it's just the way things happen sometimes, you know?
Sup Flare Squad, welcome back to my channel and to an in-depth explanation video. Today we're going over BTS's merry-go-round. At first glance, merry-go-round looks like a surreal music video filled with horses, endless rooms, and a carousel floating through space.
True.
But RM revealed that the song reflects the sadness, isolation, and emotional struggles BTS experienced during military service. Many of these scenes begin to feel less random and more like visual representations of separation, loneliness, and eventually reunion. Let's go scene by scene.
Okay, so this video's already given me more knowledge than I had before, that it covers those 3 different themes. I think I kind of got like the reunion part of it, definitely, towards the end. I got that. But yeah, it would be good to have like a good explanation of the other 2 themes as well.
The video opens with a carousel carrying the words, "You never walk alone." Longtime BTS fans immediately recognize this as a reference to BTS's 2017 album, You Never Walk Alone, which included Spring Day. What's especially interesting is that RM himself said merry-go-round reminded him of Spring Day. Looking at the music video, it's easy to see why. Both stories explore distance, waiting, and the journey back to the people you care about. The carousel itself first appeared in Spring Day and later returned to Yet to Come as a callback to the most beautiful moment in Life era, making its appearance here feel very intentional.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I've obviously not got to that point in their discography yet. I'm trying to think back to my full reaction to the Arirang album and trying to think about what I thought about merry-go-round at that point. I'm pretty sure that I compared it to Spring Day without even realizing that that was like a link that could be made. Because I remember having the conversation about Spring Day. For me, I have to be in like a pretty good state of mind to listen to Spring Day because it does make me feel sad. So I have to have like a certain amount of like mental resilience already there to not skip Spring Day. And I think I made that comparison with merry-go-round, thinking actually merry-go-round might not be that kind of song for me. Like it is a sadder song, but maybe in a different way. I wonder if that difference is intentional or not. I don't know. To me, Spring Days is kind of like this profoundly sad song and remains sad, I would say, for like all of it. Merry-go-round to me does have that feeling of a resolution. And I don't know how, I don't know what about it makes me think that, but it feels like there's kind of this resolution or there's this hope to like be working towards moving on from whatever the song is about. So it's interesting that Namjoon is comparing Spring Day merry-go-round like that.
As the camera pulls back, we discover the carousel isn't sitting in a normal environment at all. Instead, it's floating alone in a dark, empty space, almost like a UFO drifting through the universe. At first, it feels mysterious. But at the end of the video, we realize that this opening shot was quietly telling us how the story would end all along. Each member begins in a separate room. What's interesting is that while every room is unique, they all feel strangely familiar to me. And I'm not too sure if it's because they were like references to older BTS videos, but because each scene seems to carry emotional echoes of previous eras. At least for me personally, but it's almost as if the members are revisiting old feelings while trapped inside their own isolated worlds. We start with
Interesting.
Jungkook in a room where the carousel horses appear to be buried beneath dirt or sand, and a carousel is normally associated with movement and childhood wonder. Here it's buried, hidden, almost forgotten. V sits alone in a room containing a chair. The room also gives us a glimpse into another nearby space that resembles J-Hope's room. So the rooms seem separate yet connected, and
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not quite the same image, is it? But it's obviously like maybe different parts of it. I don't know.
like I said, we don't know if this is the same room J-Hope was in later on in the music video. Now for the scene, I love how we see Tae get up and then it continues with Jimin walking through a hallway lined with windows showing stars outside.
I never noticed that there were stars outside the windows. That's basically pointing you to the fact that they're in space, or at least that they're high up, I suppose, to be able to see a view like that, which then, you know, links into that ending shot of the merry-go-round in space. I didn't notice that at all.
At this point, we don't yet realize we're actually in space. So as he walks, he follows the floating carousel deeper into the building. One possible interpretation is that Jimin represents the 7 members searching for meaning inside a situation they can't control. The carousel keeps moving forward and all he can do is follow. Just like military service itself, the ride continues whether you're ready or not.
True.
This scene was particularly really interesting because a dark liquid begins appearing alongside Jin. We later see it surrounding Suga as well. Rather than representing a specific event, the liquid feels like an internalized form of emotional weight. Something dark that follows them wherever they go. Not necessarily like depression, but it could represent emotions they carry throughout that period. Just something that they cannot escape. The camera enters a room with 7 chairs arranged in a circle with 3 members present. Now, when I first saw this scene, honestly, it felt like a support group therapy session.
Yeah.
And maybe that was intentional.
It does look like that, actually. And now she mentions it, I can see that, yeah.
Intentionally done because they're like waiting for someone, and you know, this is their emotional support, you know, the 7 members, the 7 boys, but like they're not complete, you know, and so they're just having the session with what member is left, you know. And many fans have interpreted the scene through the lens of enlistment timelines.
Okay.
Now, although RM isn't present in the scene, V, Jimin, and Jungkook were among the last members to begin their military service. Jin then enters the room as if he just completed his enlistment, reflecting how he was the first BTS member to be discharged.
Oh, okay.
Now, I love how everyone here is like smiling, pointing, having a good time, they laugh. So for a brief moment, the 4 members are together, but then V has to leave and go somewhere. We don't know where he's going, but see, I don't know. This is what throws me off, and I don't know if that means that they are there mentally, or maybe after that, you know, Tae was going through something mentally. So I'm not too sure entirely why V had like stepped out, but feel free to drop your, you know, theories down below in the comment section.
I think I might have seen some people go back to, again, like the enlistment timeline with this. Now, like, I don't know the enlistment timeline off by heart, so I'm just going off what other people have said. But people are almost saying, like, at the point that Jin comes back, the Tae and Namjoon go into the military. But then I feel like, was there not crossover there? Plus, Namjoon's not here. So yeah, it's like I can kind of see the enlistment theory, but at the same time, there are kind of like small gaps in it, so I don't know.
What's striking is that these are some of the only genuinely happy moments in the entire video. When the members are alone, they often appear sad, exhausted, or lost in thought. Suga enters a room where the dark liquid has transformed into a storm cloud. So unlike the other members' rooms where it's just a room, Suga's is unique. It's filled with the storm cloud with ripped papers filling the room. Lightning flashes around him. Many fans have connected this imagery to the intense public scrutiny and media attention he experienced during his military service. So the storm appears ready to consume him, but I love how he takes that pose, that iconic Yoongi pose, and yet he remains standing. Then we arrive.
Yeah, I think I've seen people talk about that part with Yoongi being related to the incident that he went through during his military service, and that like all the stuff flying around him is like newspaper clippings and stuff like that. And then when she mentions the flashing lights, actually, it made me think, oh, almost like flash photography, maybe. Don't know, like a storm as well. But I wonder if that was like flash photography or meant to represent flash photography. I don't know.
To what I believe is one of the important scenes in the entire music video.
Okay.
And I'm about to go over why. But this is like my personal theory behind all this. Jimin approaches a curtain where we see the silhouette of a horse. As the camera moves behind the curtain, we were expecting to finally see what was creating that shadow, like we're expecting to see a horse, but instead we're met with Jin standing on the other side, looking at the very same shadow. The next scene shows a horse in motion, but as the image unfolds, its silhouette begins merging with a human figure, blurring the lines between the two. So suddenly, the carousel makes sense. And I don't know, maybe just to me, but the members aren't simply riding the carousel. What if they are the carousel horses?
Oh.
They are the ones carrying the ride forward. The reason they can't get off the merry-go-round is because they are the merry-go-round. The horse represents BTS as performers, the public image, the artist, the persona, while the human silhouette behind it represents the person underneath. So the real them hidden behind the performance. And so the curtain separating them feels intentional. Almost like a stage, right? And maybe that's why the curtain looks like those big theater curtains, right? A reminder that there has always been a difference between BTS, the symbol, and the 7 people behind it. After understanding the carousel, we return.
That's such an interesting take on it. And I think that does make sense. Again, she has way more knowledge about BTS than I do. I'm just trying to like piece it together from like my point of view. And I think that does make sense. When you think about the lyrics of the song, like not being able to get off of the ride, like you can't, if you are a part of the ride, you can't get off of it. And it's almost like the members of BTS, for better or worse, can't get off of the ride because they are BTS. Like together, they're BTS, but but they are also individuals on that ride as well. Also, I thought about this after I reacted to the music video initially, but that part where it's like the horse merging into the person and then the horse is going round, it really like randomly reminds me of a scene in Howl's Moving Castle, if anybody has seen that. I feel like it's a visualization of a spell in there, and if I can find a picture of it, I'll put it somewhere. But it's like little like paper cutout men going round in a circle.
Turn to the members inside their separate rooms, but now we notice something important. The rooms are not isolated. Every room contains open doors connecting to other rooms. The members are separated, but they are never truly alone. So even while they're serving in different places, even while they're struggling individually, the doors remain open. Eventually, the camera enters a completely dark room. And I know this is kind of like off topic, but this just came to my mind as soon as I saw this scene. It made me think of a quote from the film Obsession.
Oh.
And it doesn't have to do anything with obsession. It was just like a clip, a quote from the movie. And the quote is, "It's not darkness. Darkness is a color. There's just nothing."
Oh.
One thing that stood out to me throughout Merry-Go-Round is how often the members feel separated despite existing inside the same world. In that reading, the black room isn't depression, it's distance. Military service creates exactly that feeling. Everyone lives parallel lives. They're still BTS, but they're isolated inside their own experiences. The rooms feel less like sadness and more like absence. So it's like space between people who want to be together but can't. Now we're
Yeah, because I suppose in a way they were not actually physically together, but together in the sense that they were all going through that experience. But then while they were isolated from each other, either because some of them were currently serving and some of them weren't, or like they were all in different places, they were all doing different types of things. So it's like that common experience, but being isolated within that.
Inside J-Hope's room, and the walls are covered with images of horses running free while grass is growing through the floors. So it feels like the room is for someone who's longing to run free, like a horse trapped indoors. And this scene reminded me of Fake Love, where J-Hope's character was trapped in a room, symbolizing when his fictional character was abandoned by his mother by a carousel. And so Fake Love also had like that toy carousel around, but his lyrics, which is interesting enough, echoes the same meaning. The child inside me is crying out, "Please take me out, Mom." I don't know how I did not catch this the first time, but I caught it this time around. But it feels very intentional, the imagery along with this line, and I don't know, maybe it is linked to Fake Love and the fictional character. Not too sure if that was their intention, but that's kind of what I got from it, I guess you should say. Then we arrive at...
Okay, so that's one explanation that I am not able to understand because I haven't got that far in like the music videos and stuff like that. But like imagery alone looks pretty linked to me, or is calling back to those things potentially. I am aware that there is like a storyline that runs through not all BTS MVs, but like a selection of them. So I am aware of it, but I think the way that I'm going to do it, I think, because I'm interested in it, I think I'm going to work my way through the music videos and like watch them on like that surface level. And then what I think I'll do is I'll go back, maybe see if there is a video explaining the storyline of the music videos and do it that way rather than trying to learn the story first while I'm going through the music videos. I hope that makes sense. Just because I think it would get a little bit too confusing and it would be good to like look at the storyline altogether instead of, you know, waiting until I get to those music videos in the timeline. But yeah, I'm aware of it and I have a plan. Hopefully a good plan. We will see.
RM's room. And now it's more like a massive warehouse more than a room compared to the other members. And I don't know what if that comes with like the weight that he carries. He just has the warehouse big room. And he's standing on top of a coffin singing, "My bed is a coffin. Maybe my whole world's just one big caffeine." A coffin is interesting because it's not just a symbol of death. It's a container. It's a place where someone is removed from the world. So when I hear "my bed is a coffin," that's like the only place he can stop being required to exist for others. To just like lay down and rest. So that interpretation becomes especially compelling when you connect it to what RM revealed about the enlistment period. He described a time when the members were struggling, uncertain, emotional, and carrying the responsibility for the future of BTS.
RM opened up about the subject in a Weverse live stream on that date, recalling an emotional gathering at Jimin's house that arose from the bandmates fulfilling their mandatory enlistment periods between late 2022 and June 2025. When Jim was discharged from the military in June 2024, at that time, everyone was in a bad mental state. He began, according to the site's auto-generated English translation. Okay, so are we thinking that this is linked to like that part either in the video or the song?
Responsibility for the future of BTS. Imagine being in that position. Leader of BTS, worried about all the members, but then being unable to control the situation and just constantly thinking about the future. So the lyrics, "Maybe my whole world's just one big caffeine." Caffeine creates the feeling of energy without actually providing rest. And that's exactly what a merry-go-round does. Movement without progress. There's just...
Oh my god, yes. I'd have never been able to work these things out for myself. I am so grateful for xCeleste and other creators that do these kinds of videos, because like, you know, don't get me wrong, I think I could if I really sat down and like worked on it, but like that's not my strength. I'm not great at interpreting visual imagery in any other way than like how it's presented to me. I can be quite literal in that way, so very grateful for people who make videos like this, like xCeleste.
Going around in circles. Momentum without arrival. Everyone keeps moving, but nobody gets off the ride. After RM finishes his verse, we see him walking through the similar connected hallways we saw earlier. And this is where everything comes together. Throughout the entire music video, the members are constantly walking alone and wandering through rooms, carrying their own struggles in isolation. Even though the rooms are connected, they rarely got together and never as a whole OT7, but in the end, one by one, the members gather in the same room. And what's beautiful is that they don't leave without each other. They look like they were waiting. And RM's the last member to arrive. And only when all 7 are finally together does the story move forward. For most of the video, they're walking alone. By the end, they're walking together. As the camera pulls away, we discover that the room itself exists inside the floating carousel we saw at the beginning. Well, in a big, gigantic form.
Yeah.
So it's a lonely structure drifting through space, and this immediately reminded me of their song Alien. Alien explores feelings disconnected from the world, like you're an outsider observing life from somewhere else, and that's exactly how Merry-Go-Round feels. 7 people drifting through an experience that very few others could fully understand. Yet despite everything, they remain together inside the same ship. And suddenly the words, "You never walk alone," take on a whole new meaning. It's not just a reference to an older BTS album, it's the entire message of the music video. Now instead of 7 people walking through the building by themselves, they're moving forward together, all 7 of them. And maybe that's what Merry-Go-Round is really about. Not about escaping the ride, not getting off the carousel, but finding the people who stay on it with you. And that's all for today's explanation video. If you guys are interested, I did post my reaction to Merry-Go-Round on Patreon. It's for free, you guys, but it's because it's getting copyrighted and could get blocked on YouTube. So feel free to check that out, link in my description box. But I hope you guys enjoyed this explanation video.
Okay, so again, massive thanks to xCeleste for putting that video together. That was so interesting. I don't think I'd thought about that ending scene with like the big merry-go-round in space. I don't think I thought about that in relation to aliens. Like, it makes sense. It's like feeling like aliens for maybe a different reason than what's talked about in the Alien song, but still having that feeling of being separate to other people, but also sharing that experience with the other members. So I feel like it's almost like them acknowledging we are on this merry-go-round. We can't necessarily get off of it, but we're in it together and we all understand the experience. We're all in it together and we can get through it together. Okay, I'm going to look at that music video completely differently now, obviously, and I'm going to go and rewatch it in my own time and sort of take it in a bit more after having watched this explanation. This video also made me look forward so much to like some of the music videos that I've not watched yet, like the Fake Love one, and then I think was yet to come another one that she mentioned towards the beginning. It just makes me more excited to get to that stuff. Like, I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. I'm getting through the albums, and I'm going to start going back to some of the older MVs as well and do like song deep dives on those. And I can't wait to understand more. Like, I love BTS. I love the songs. I love listening to them, but I do think it's special that you get to dive deeper into the songs and the lyrics and what they mean with BTS music. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to both the behind the scenes video for the Merry-Go-Round MV and then also xCeleste's explanation video. What did you think? Do you agree with some of the things that she theorized? Do you have different theories that you have about the MV? Let me know in the comments down below if you do. I am one of those people, like, I'm quite happy to sort of look into all sorts of different theories, and I don't necessarily like settle on one solid theory. I just like learning what other people theorize about. I'd very much appreciate it if you could do all the things, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you need somebody to fangirl with over BTS, that's what I'm here for. Comment anything that you would like to down below. My favourite part about being on YouTube and Patreon is talking to you all in the comments about BTS. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.